Hello and welcome to the CDO Magazine interview series. I am Dennis Allen with Stratascale. Stratascale is an SHI company focused on cybersecurity professional services. Today, I have the pleasure of talking with Sudip Ghose, Vice President of Enterprise Data and Analytics at Equifax. Well, nobody stays the same. Technology changes, the mission changes and evolves. What are some of those key initiatives that you have over the next year or so that you're trying to get accomplished?
I'll take the smaller ones first. So real time is a big topic, real time analytics. Uh, you know, eh, One is it gives us a faster time to react. So that has been a constant demand even in the into my for my finance partners who wants to give the results quickly and compare the results with the prior month or prior quarter very quickly, and if there is something wrong they can correct it. So there is a big wish list on giving real-time analytics, at least for the revenue. That's what, because we always compare the revenue at a product and a customer level through and through, so that we can see where we missed our targets, right? And if you don't do that granularity, we cannot do that. So by business units we give that experience to our finance partners. So that's one thing. The other thing obviously is AI, ML, and Gen AI. So we have been doing AI with a different tech stack, but with Google Cloud, we are using their portfolio, which is with the Vertex AI. So that is another thing, that capability that I have built and I'm building and continue to build, is I have the AI portfolio. So when we say AI portfolio, there are a few things to it. One is the platform of AI that we are mastering. We are trying to master. There's a community of AI team people, which includes engineers, legal people, and also governance people. So we're working with the rest of the company to build our AI capability, Vertex AI capability. So that's the platform piece of it. But along with that, what we are also developing applications, which needs for that we need the data scientists, right, who knows the model, who knows the best model to use with the best pattern of data. So we are doing a few of these AI and ML projects, to help the company achieve better results, even in its revenue, in delivering the right messaging to the customers, those kind of things. And then on Gen AI, there's a lot of focus internally to give agentic experience in the company in general. So as probably you know that all the visualization platforms like Tableau and Looker, there's something called Looker Core, which is cloud-based. They are bringing their AI features only in the cloud platforms. So we are kind of following that, and we have a we have a roadmap to move into the cloud slowly, because we are going to get all that best, the AI and the agentic experience in the visualization platform itself, right? So there is some kind of Gen AI help, like summarization of a dashboard, summarization of a result, summarization of sales funnel. You on Tableau is some of these are things interesting. We are Tableau Pulse, Tableau agents. We are looking into that. Then on our side, internally, we are also building some of the Google-based search and conversation Google agents that will wherever there we have lots of agents. So human agents, either servicing the purchase order organization or the account receivable organization, and there are lots of questions: where was the miss, where is my check? Those kind of things we are trying to give them an agentic experience, and that's a big focus right
Yeah,
now.
talk a little bit more about that, right? Because we talked about before dashboards and reports and a lot of things that you have built up for the program. Talk a little bit about how the those agents, those live people, will be able to leverage your existing data sets, and these AI engines to be able to ask those questions to get those answers more quickly.
Yeah, so Um, Things like, I mean, if there is a miss of any kind, miss, say, where is my check? Or miss, my billing, jumped up this much, all of that. So if there is a question or a dispute, there are dispute agents on the bill who is going to actually resolve it. This is common in any company, right?
Right, right.
Now, for a agent to resolve it, okay, at the back end, they might have to go through two or three different systems to look at where the problem was. Since we have this big data lake, which has all the data, if we and it is arranged in products, right? Now they can be connected against each other. Now, if I have to build a purpose-built, LLM, if I can build that and hook it up and ground it, they can within 2 or 3 step process or answers, they can drill down and find the answers where they had to do civil chair, like open this, open that, take a look, cross reference, cut and paste. All of that is through a query which takes, say, a 2 to 3 minutes query, as opposed to going a couple of hours moving here and there and finding out answers and even opening up Tableau to look at this and that, and then doing a filter of that. When when that can be made easier by few step questions on an LLM. So we're still you know trying to build it. We're not built, but that I think we are very close to building it. And we'll see how it works. So we're going to do a we are we are doing some recording of what an experience is of a agent, a human agent, how the AI agent need to work, either as a co-pilot to the agent, or just like or rolling out to a general user who has a question, even going without asking a question to the agent. So those kind of experience is something that we are looking into.
That's outstanding. Um, We talked a little bit, you mentioned security and we talked about data governance a little bit. When we start to get into the AI realm, that seems to be one of the biggest concerns, right? You're going to use
Yeah.
AI and it's going to access all of this information and potentially expose that. We talk on our side about really what it does is it sheds a light on issues you may already have in identity and access management, role-based access control, things of that nature. So, um, talk a little bit about let's go back to the security and data governance conversation and talk about how those programs at Equifax with data owners and stewards and the data lifecycle of bringing data on board and disposition, all that stuff. How are you able to incorporate those general organizational policies and practices into sort of your data analytics in your mission?
Great question, and that's a very it is one of the toughest question in the AI area, right? Um, let me answer this in two areas. So one is the security of the models, security of the LLMs, security of the prompts, or prompt injection and all that, preventing that, right? I mean, those concerns we have to address, right? And so we are building that. That is more of a platform and a firewall kind of discussion. We know that when we are using a model from our model garden. Google in Gemini, it's called a model garden. Gemini is the largest model provided directly by Google in the model garden. So we obviously have our sort of own garden where we will go and find our models. So and that is added very carefully. There is like any other software that we evaluate models and put it in a safe place. It's called the model garden of the company. And we know that from Google there is an assurance that no data, because it is two things. One is it is safeguarded by the firewall. So we have that firewall. Then the other question is, can Google themselves have access to our model garden or our data? The answer is no. So we, in that way, that's a guarantee. Like, so um, it's written very clearly by Google that, and all the hyperscalers, that they train, if they have to train something, they will train on their own synthetic data, not on our data, right? And push the models to us, right? Now, if I have to do something on our own, we will build it inside. We have to build our own prompts and prompt libraries and all that, and that is relatively secure. Now, talking about the data security or access security, right? Within that is something that we are working on. We haven't, like, we will definitely. There are two ways of doing. One is, like we have done data assets, right? Model, will secure the models. We will obviously, have a RAG structure which actually does the security. So if a question is asked by somebody from sales to finance, we will not let the RAG pass through. Rather pass through, they will pass through, and they will, give a short reply. No, madam, or no, sir. This is not. We can answer. So we are still looking into it, but we will practice how we have done it in Tableau. Tableau, it's very secure, right? So we will do that kind of structure. It's kind of a site level or a function level, and function will have applications, and they will be separated by the models, right? And RAG will basically gate those models and access to the models. That's the overall thinking. We're still kind of figuring that part, which it will take some time.
Well, I just want to thank you, Sudip, for your time today. Thank everybody for joining us and sitting through our conversation. I know I learned a lot, and it was a pleasure chatting with you. And as usual, everybody out there, please visit cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews.
It was a pleasure, Dennis. Thank you so much.